Exclusive hot new
High School Holla.
Here it comes.
Holla, Chicago! Steven Spoon Ramsey welcoming everyone from Chicago and all surrounding areas to the best show in Chicago for high school sports, the H2S2 High School Holla Sports Show. It's another post-game edition as we interview coaches and players about games played throughout the week in the Chicago Public League. And people, did not tell you last week when we had this guest on the show that the H2S2 must be a lucky charm, because joining us, guess who's back? The Chicago Academy Cougars are back in the building. Joining us last week after a tough loss, they are back again to talk about a big win. Joining us once again is Cougars head football coach Anthony Dotson. Congrats on the big win. Talk about the game and this big W for the Cougars.
Well, this game we was going in very determined. This was actually our first home win in 6 years. So, we had a big game talk, before the game, just to have them focus, like, need y'all to, earn your field back. The soccer team, every other team that used the field, they winning championships and, having big games. Now, we got to get our field back. So they went in the game super hungry and got that win.
Now, Coach Dotson, I understand, some shining stars coming out of this big game win. One we've met before, and another we're meeting for the first time. So introduce them and tell us, how proud are you of these guys' performance this week?
Okay, well, we got, Hector Ramirez. He was shining star last week. I gave it to him again because this game, he pushed through. Every time we gave him the ball, he got 5 or more yards. And in the fourth quarter, he turned up and had 2 20-yard runs. So he fought, each run he fought. And before the game, we had a talk, about him, not letting the doubters get to him, about his size, like proving everybody wrong. Usually he plays downhill. He's more of a power back. But this game, I told him to be more shifty and use his feet. And that's why he broke those big runs. He was using his feet this game and was breaking for 20, yard runs every time he got the ball. Then we got Jevohn, my QB. This is his second game passing over 100 yards. He made some great decisions. He was very focused. He didn't overthink nothing. He went 3 for 5. So, and each pass was over 15 yards that he threw, and he even threw a 90-yard touchdown. So this game, he led us, he believed in himself, and he brought the game home for us.
Well, it's time. Let's talk football with our shining stars of the game first. Let's check out some of these stats. Our senior, Jevohn Jasper, the QB, threw for 120 yards, 1 touchdown, and he rushed for 2 more touchdowns for a 3-touchdown day. Turning shining star, Hector Ramirez. On the offensive side, he rushed for 105 yards and a touchdown. Then on the defensive side of the ball, he had 6 tackles, 1 for a loss. That's what shining stars do. I want to hear from both of you. How do you guys feel about this game and this big win for the Cougars? Let's start with the senior, Jevohn. How do you feel, man?
It's relieving. All the work we've been putting in the past 3-4 weeks, all those bear crawls, all those laps, all those extra hours that we put in after practice, just putting in the work, finally seeing the results that we wanted. It's just a big relief.
Win after 6 years of not winning at all. To actually get that win, it felt good as a team. We were all thirsty to get that win, and we got the job done. And I'm proud of them. I'm proud of us.
I gotta ask you, Hector. Coach said you broke some big ones and you wasn't going down easy. I want both of you, give me your highlights. What's the one highlight that you guys remember?
Was breaking a run. I was supposed to go on the right side, but then things happened. I had to break tackles and run all the way to the left to get that long run. And for my team, I would say, you know, that catch to like Damien, man, that 90-yard run, I was like, no way, he got that. He got his job done. We got that touchdown.
Yeah, I'm just piggybacking off of Hector. That 90-yard touchdown, after that play happened, you get to see the confidence in our team boost. That was one of the biggest plays of the game, no doubt. And that was one of the highlights for me because, you know, it's a 90-yard touchdown. So it's always good to have those big touchdowns, but it's even better when, you know, it brings your team's confidence up and it gets you guys in the game.
Yes, I like that. The season finale is coming up. You guys play next week. What type of motivation does this win give you, both of you, and your team?
You know,
in a
me, this is my last high school game. So, you know, I'm trying to go out with a win. But for the guys below me that, you know, still have another year, another 2 years, it's all about building their confidence up.
You know, you want to get that win the last time, you know, for the seniors. I want to get them the last win for the last game, you know, make them feel good about it, you know. And I just want to push hard and, you know, fight hard, you know.
Coach Dotson, next week, it's the Chicago Academy Cougars versus the Taft Eagles. What do you know about your opponent, and what type of game do you expect?
Well, we know Taft is one of the top programs, you know, in the city. We're playing that B team, so it's still their varsity players, just like the second string. So, you know, you can't come relax. It's basically like you're playing their starters, because that's going to be the starters for next year. So we going in, you know, taking this game serious. It's probably one of the biggest games they've ever had in the last 5 or 6 years. So, you know, we just kind of use this game to show that, you know, we're some underdogs on the Northwest side. So I want them to fight, put their all into it, you know, win or lose. You know, I promise it's going to be a close game. You know, we're going to fight. You know, we're not going to, you know, get pushed over. We're just going to show that, you know, we coming through on the Northwest side, you know, to be a powerhouse team, you know, soon to be.
I like that. Coach Dotson, Hector, Jevohn, time to give out some hollers. You can talk to all of the Chicago Academy supporters and the Cougar football fans that help cheer you guys on to victory. Coach, starting with you, who do you give hollers out to this week?
Man, I would like to give it to the team, number one, because, you know, their whole mindset before this game, I never seen them this focused in the last 2-3 years. You know, they were really focused to, you know, get that win. They didn't put their head down when they would score. Like they stayed focused the whole game. You know, they were consistent from start to finish. So a shout out to them, because they, you know, that shocked me seeing them fight the whole time, you know, without doubting each other, you know, keeping each other head up. No big penalties, no personal fouls. They played clean the whole game. And the second, I would like to thank the parents, you know, and the staff for coming to support the game. They were all there. You know, they clapped for him, cheered for him, getting that first win in 6 years. So, you know, you would have thought we won the state championship the way it felt, you know, walking off that field and seeing everybody smiling, clapping for us, because us, you know, bringing our field back. So just to the parents, the staff, you know, and this team, I really appreciate them and their hard work and their support for this team.
Pretty much the same as Coach Dotson. You know, without the team, offensive line, defensive line, you know, those are the guys that really won the game. Offensive line, without that offensive line playing the way they did yesterday, you know, Hector wouldn't have had those holes he got. I wouldn't have had the time to pass. So all the credit goes to them. And defense played spectacular. You know, held them to 12 points. That's big props to Coach Dotson. Every game we play, he makes sure his defense is ready to go and ready to stop every single person on that field. So big props to him. And also, you know, the fans at home, you could tell the energy was different with the fans at home. It really boosted us. So, yeah.
The team played amazing. You know, I'm proud of those guys, you know. And I would say, like, the coaches, especially Dotson, you know, he's always on us. So it feels good, you know, to have someone as a coach like that, you know. And I would say my family have my back as well.
Well, Coach Anthony Dotson, Hector, Jevohn, thank you once again for coming back on the H2S2 post-game show. Good luck in the season finale against Taft next week. Let's go back-to-back, Cougars. Let's do it, baby. We can end this thing strong. I believe. Y'all made me believe, and I believe in the Chicago Academy Cougars. I want to thank you guys for joining us again.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now let's take a look at some other CPS football games and scores from around the public league. The Edmonton Vikings win a big one 56-0, shutting out the Steinmetz Silver Streak. Taft Eagles over the Westinghouse Warriors 35-6. Pritzker Jaguars with a 38-0 shutout of the Marine Leadership Academy Bulldogs. Von Steuben Panthers shut out the Schurz Bulldogs with a score of 47-0. Solario Sun Warriors 6 points winners over the Bulls College Prep 32-26. The Lindblom Eagles soar to a 22-6 win over the Bowen Boilermakers. Corliss Trojans over the South Shore Tars 36-28. Urban Prep Bronzeville shut out the High Park Thunderbirds 26-0. The big game everyone wanted to see and talk about, the Simeon Wolverines against the Kenwood Broncos. It's the Wolverines with a 23-18 win over the Broncos. We would like to thank the coaches and all of our shining stars of the game who joined us this week. Remember, you can catch the H2S2 High School Holla Sports Show on all of our social media sites. That's YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also subscribe to the H2S2 podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and SoundCloud simply by searching Urban Fieldhouse Media. Go to our website at urbanfieldhousemedia.com where you can listen to some past shows and segments on the Urban Fieldhouse Media website. Always remember, God loves you and we do too. I'm Steven Spoon Ramsey saying, holla at you next week on the H2S2 High School Holla Sports Show.